Before I'm a YouTuber, I'm a father. And that's why I'm making this video right here. This past weekend, my wife and I went to check out The Sound of Freedom. And I got to keep it 100 with y'all. I've never had a movie touch me the way that movie did. Not gonna lie, that movie fucked me up, bro. I understood the world that we lived in, right? But I didn't really understand the world that we live in. I guess I never sat down and really thought about how deep this whole child trafficking situation goes. Now, I'm not going to talk about the movie and spoil the movie for some of y'all because I highly recommend that you go watch it. If you're a parent, go watch it. If you're a decent human being, go watch it. I found this video right here. Tim Ballard, pedophile salivating at media outlets, ripping Sound of Freedom. Let's get it.
On July 4th, the #1 movie in America wasn't Indiana Jones. Disney spent $300 million resurrecting Harrison Ford and releasing the summer blockbuster. But there's another movie dominating the box office. It's called The Sound of Freedom, and it beat Indiana Jones on opening day. The film's based off the true story of Tim Ballard, a former Homeland Security special agent who saved kids from an international sex trafficking ring.
It is the fastest growing international crime network.
This brother right here, I'm terrible with names, bro. But this brother right here, he played Jesus in the Passion of the Christ. A+ actor right here, bro. Because this brother made me feel the emotion that the movie is supposed to make you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt it right here. And honestly, if it was somebody else that played Tim's part, I don't know if they would have been able to dive into the part as deep as he could, or as deep as he did. You know what I mean?
That the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces.
And shout out to Tim Ballard, man, because literally what he said right there, that this job tears you into pieces. I can't even begin to fathom what it feels like to sit there and learn about what each particular kid is going through or has gone through in the hands of these perverts, in the hands of these evil people. He saw it firsthand, bro. Like footage of what's been happening. It's insane, bro. I gotta watch the movie.
And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
This movie zeroes in on the multi-billion-dollar human trafficking industry and honors a hero, someone who saved children from sex slavery. But to the media, this person isn't a hero. Someone who rescues kids from pedophiles is a villain.
What? Well, that is the dumbest shit I've heard.
These films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites.
For some,
bro, whose mans is this? Like QAnon, bro? Where did you gather that information from? There was no mention of QAnon, none of that. It was legitimately, bro, like the life, not the life story, but based on what Tim Ballard went through and continues to go through to save these kids.
For some reason, the entire media is smearing this movie as a dangerous conspiracy theory. The press is saying that the star,
bro.
Jim Caviezel, is a QAnon guy. And Jim plays Tim Ballard, which is strange because just a few years ago...
Hold on, how do you say the last name?
QAnon guy. The press is saying that the star, Jim Caviezel...
Jim Caviezel?
...is a QAnon guy. And Jim...
Is there any proof of that? That's what I want to know. If there is, leave the evidence in the comments, bro. I'd appreciate it.
...plays Tim Ballard, which is strange because just a few years ago, the same media was celebrating Tim Ballard's heroics. Watch.
Tim Ballard has one mission: to track down child traffickers. 4 months ago, Colombian authorities asked him to investigate a tip that children were being sold there as sex slaves.
Within a half hour, this individual walks up to me, starts asking me what I'm here for, what I want, and within minutes, he says, well, I've got kids as young as 11 years old.
So why is the media warning people not to see a movie about child sex trafficking? It's based on a true story. Well, the Spear Fund founder, Tim Ballard, joins me now. So, Tim, why is...
Go watch this movie, bro. There's literally no reason for you to not watch this movie if you really want to watch it. If you don't have the funds for it or anything, I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can actually get free tickets to go watch it yourself, bro. It's very eye-opening. And again, like I said earlier in this video, if you're a parent, you have to watch it. If you're just a good person, bro, you have to watch it. If you care about the kids, you have to watch it. You have to.
The media hating this movie?
You know, I can't understand it. The film was made, produced, written like 5 years, 6 years ago, way before anyone heard the name QAnon. I still don't even know what QAnon is. In the meantime, they're trying to connect it to some conspiracy when, in fact, like you said, this is a true story. These are real kids. I mean, these kids are my friends. They're young adults now, the ones that were rescued. They're going to come out soon and tell their story. It's going to be very awkward when the mainstream media comes after these kids next and accuses them of being part of some conspiracy when, in fact, they were rescued from a life of rape.
Wow. That gave me goosebumps. That kind of pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. Could you imagine if the kids, like he said, they're grown now, when they come forward with their stories, you know what I'm saying? And they get received with negativity, with backlash, with discrediting what they went through. That's gonna be some bullshit, bro.
It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the media, perhaps.
I mean, this publication says The Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms, and that it fetishizes the torture of its child victims. Is that what the movie does?
It absolutely does not do that. It tells a story based in truth. And, you know, what I think is happening, Jesse, I think that the left and these media outlets, they don't want to have a discussion that this film is going to compel. A discussion about why 85,000 children showed up unaccompanied at the border and got released into the interior of a country that is the highest consuming country for child exploitation material on the planet. They don't want to talk about why these same publications are pushing an agenda to change the word pedophile to minor attracted persons in order to normalize
I heard about that too, but that
sexual activity with children. I think that,
like, they're trying to normalize, they're trying to accept it. You know what I mean? They're trying to make you accept it. And wrong is wrong, bro. You feel me? Wrong is wrong. I don't care how you word something. At the end of the day, bro, like, bro, this is pissing me off, man.
that's what they're trying to avoid. And they know this film's going to shine a light on all of the things, all the atrocities happening to children. And so they have to discredit it by lying about it.
So what would their motivation be to discredit a movie that's trying to shine a spotlight onto atrocities committed against children?
Because they're getting closer to exposing what they're really about, bro. Like, that's what it is. They don't want to get caught with their hand in the cookie jar, so they want to, like, paint it to be as bad as possible in hope that it goes away. You know what I mean?
Well, if the truth of human trafficking and child exploitation were to be brought to bear, brought to light, then they would have to have a debate, a discussion that they don't want to have about, again, these policies around sexualizing children or allowing children to consent at a young age to do anything and everything, which would eventually include being, identifying as an adult perhaps and having sex with pedophiles. I hunt pedophiles. I've been hunting them for 20 years, and they are watching this and they're salivating. They are happy that Rolling Stones and The Guardian are ripping on a movie that exposes them.
Right.
So I don't like the fact that these media outlets are in fact wittingly or unwittingly running interference for human traffickers and pedophiles.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the movie yet, but now I want to see it because this thing made such a splash. Tim, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck with the box office.
Thank you.
Nah, this movie, you have to watch it, bro. You have to watch it. The link to free tickets will be in the description below. I appreciate y'all pulling up and watching this video with me. I'm out. Peace.